For centuries, theologians have attempted to explain the mystery that is contained within the Trinity. That is, the fact that the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit are three persons, yet united in one. Not three gods, one God, but three persons. Several theologians have attempted to explain this mystery, and this has led them to the heresy of modalism. Today, it's very common to go on YouTube and find out that a lot of theologians and preachers will attempt to explain this mystery using the three different states of water: the liquid, the solid, and the gaseous state. Except that I think this analogy doesn't really work, because it still leads to the same heresy of modalism. Because when water, H2O, is liquid, solid isn't present. When it is solid, that is in the form of ice, the liquid isn't present and the gas isn't present. And when water exists in the form of vapor, the solid and the liquid doesn't exist. Yes, the molecules are still the same, it's still H2O, but the states are different. But the mystery of the Trinity is this: the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit are always existing at the same time. But there are moments in which the Son, for instance, is the one who is manifested, and we observe that clearly through the incarnation. And the times that the Holy Spirit is the one that is manifested. And that also is seen when Jesus promises to send the advocate who will reveal all truth to the apostles. And we see that again specifically on Pentecost, and also when we receive baptism, when we are confirmed, we receive the gift of the Holy Spirit. And also the Father can clearly be seen when we look especially at the Old Testament and when Jesus is praying to his Father. And also during the baptism of Jesus, we hear the voice of the Father, and also during the transfiguration. But the fact is that at every single instance that any of these three persons are manifested, the other are present. So, how can we comprehend this mystery that is contained within the Godhead, this unity, yet in Trinity? I will try to explain this through music. And I'm sure there are other theologians and musicians that may have gotten these insights. But let's take a look. Here is the C key. Do. And here is E. And here is G. Now, those were three distinct notes. Let's pause for a second and imagine that each of those notes represented the three persons of the Trinity: C, the Father; E, the Son; and G, the Holy Spirit. And this is not in any order of superiority, because there is equality in the Godhead. Now, remember, as I said, these three persons do not exist as separate entities, because if that was to be the case, we will be falling back into modalism. And so because it is not modalism, it is not three gods, but one God, these three persons exist as one God. And so we will call that the C chord major, which can also be called the divine chord, the Trinity chord. And here it is. Listen to that chord. Now, what I just did, I just played those three distinct notes all together, all three notes, and they sounded in harmony, in unity, just as the Godhead acts in unity and in harmony. And I'll play it again. Now, listen to something. While I will play this C major chord, I am going to sing the distinct notes that we looked at earlier, okay? So just listen. Do, mi, sol, mi, do, sol, sol, do, mi. Were you able to hear those distinct notes even though I played the chord at the same time, all three notes? That's exactly how the Trinity works. So even though the Son might be manifested, the Father and the Spirit are always present. And likewise, when the Spirit is manifested, the Father and the Son are always present. And in the same way, when the Father is manifested, the Spirit and the Son are also present. And this is why we celebrate the Blessed Trinity. This is also why we are baptized in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit. Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Do, mi, so. So when next you hear music, just think of the Trinity chord. Imagine the harmony and the beauty and the love that exists in the Godhead. Hopefully, this little lesson gives us some insight to the comprehension of the Godhead. We may never fully understand it, but at least through music, we can begin to understand how it is possible for there to be three persons in one God. Have a great day and God bless you.